Hey guys, Jan here in the Northview Model Shop, and it is time for another Sunday night shakedown, guys. It's been a few weeks, been busy as hell. Just didn't get a chance to get any videos out. So where we left off, we were getting ready to go to the Army show. Guys, that was a bit of a hot topic, a bit of an ass burner, some bum hurt was going on after the show, but I've since calmed down. Really neat format, and it was kind of a little rough around the edges for a few people, but let's just get diving into that. Let's square that up. The boys did a really good job despite having their first year and having a few hiccups. It did turn out really well. The judging style was a little different too, and it was a really good style. In practice, or in theory, it worked really well. When they put it to practice, it did not pan out well. And it was a master judge and 3 assistants sitting around, and the models would come to you on the table and you would judge. Now, so we were briefed on how to do it, but these guys were swamped. The boys that put the show together, so of their master judges that were supposed to be there, only 2 showed up, so they were really thin. We got put in a group that we kind of understood the format, but we obviously didn't understand it enough, so it wasn't consistent across the board. So that was a little bit of my piss off. I was kind of upset with that, and you know, I vented off to a buddy of mine who's in the club. To be clear, they're not a club; it's a group of volunteers put together. Keeping that in mind, so we vented back and forth a little bit, got it squared away. Yes, the judging was the #1 concern when the boys did their debriefing meeting. It needs to be addressed and ironed out. All the power to them. They're willing to listen. They knew where their mistakes were. They're willing to improve. So that was cool. It's a great show. Next year should be better. It'll be fun. I mean, I at first said I wasn't going back, but you know, I calmed down a little bit, took some preparation H, and my bum didn't hurt so bad afterwards, and now we're good to go. So good for those guys. Really hoping that the show was enough to profit for them to pay for their expenses and put a little money into their club, make their donations to the hobby, and I hope they're willing to run again next year. So if they will, we will be there. The exciting part for us was we took a bronze in Jet all scales, our little Platts model, which was that really cheap snap together kit that we played with, made an F4, Japanese F4 out of. Took a silver, kind of cool, or a bronze, sorry, kind of cool that. But what was the capper of the whole thing that just made me excited was the young feller took his little Revell Jeep that he kind of put together and modified. Itchy noodle. And he brought home the gold in category, and then of all the golds, he brought home the best junior that day. And what was really cool about it, and what really made me was super excited and super proud, was that their junior category was from age 0 to 15. So he was competing against some 15-year-olds. Our buddy Ethan went with some spectacular well-done models, and Andrew beat him out on that. And you guys say, well, is that judging format again? Well, you got to remember, at the point when we did juniors, there was only 2 tables, and I was sitting at one. So I didn't judge Ethan's, and I didn't judge my own. So really, those were the 2, there was 2 or 3 kids that were in that category, big heavy hitters. So they really, all of them were judged at the same table. We really judged only a few of them, of the juniors, and none of them were in the runnings. So really cool. The boy did really well. I was up there taking pictures, gave him a big hug in front of the stage. We stopped the award ceremonies because we were there, so it was kind of cool. So anyway, good show, good showing from the Northview Model Shop, and best of luck, and hopefully these guys go again next year. So after that adventure, a buddy of mine gives me a call and says he has a lead on some models, which is super cool. So he bought off a guy's collection and then sent me a picture of what was on it. So he sent me this. Look, I keep knocking stuff over. These are the Hobbycraft Corsair, and this is a Junker or Stuka. Really cool. Not much of kits, but they look really cool. So I'm excited just to throw them to collection and sometime work on it. But what was really cool was he had this 1-to-1 scale plastic old ball and cap, I guess they call it, revolver or handgun. I'm like, man, I want that. He's like, oh, you can have it, junk. And it was pretty badly put together. Anyway, we've been playing with it, and this is what we're kind of going with. I've been watching a lot of videos by Punish Props, and they do a lot of like Blade Runner guns and stuff like that he likes working with, and some other types of guns. And this kind of got me excited. I seen this, I'm like, wow, it's old style. And I love watching Archer, and I love Mallory Archer's Smith & Wesson 40 46 or 48, I think it's called. I looked up online. And she's got this really nice looking handgun with this big monster scope on. So this is off some squirt gun the kids had. And we've been filing and fitting it. There's no serial numbers. Don't tell the Canadian government there's no serial numbers on this gun. They'll come and take it from me. But yeah, there's no serial numbers. There's no manufacturers, nothing. I cannot identify this piece of plastic art. I do know the plastic is hard as tits. It's hard to sand, hard to work with, but really cool. We're going to kind of play with this, kind of do kind of a sci-fi kind of thing, but pew pew. Anywho, really fun, really excited. This has been a bit of a fun thing to play with. So I got this. Also, we were able to pick up a model kit for our friend Kenny, that was in his collection. He was waiting years and years and years and years for this kit to finish off a build of his in the sci-fi genre. So, really cool. Got to hang out with Kenny for a little bit when I dropped it off. We've talked about maybe collaborating, doing some video work from his place on one of these snowy weekends here in the Maritimes. And we're going to do the video series. We're going to call it Weekend at Kenny's. Weekend at Kenny's. It's going to be fun. We're going to just hang out with Kenny, do a lot of videos, and look through his stash, look through some of his builds, discuss some topics, some modeling topics, do some talk candy videos. So it'll be fun. I think we'll have a blast with that. So, with that, turned around and we started talking to a buddy at work. He came to me and he said, listen, my grandson is like doing a lot of stuff. He's, you know, he's doing this, doesn't like it, doing that. So we're trying to find things he might like. Could I buy a model car off of you? And I said, no, you're not going to buy no friggin' model car off me. I'll give it to you. Anyway, a little bit of fighting. He's going to take a model car and we're going to give him this here. It's an AMT Street Customs, a 76 Corvette. Yeah, stupid Corvette. And I'm just going to give him a little tube of super glue. And Granddad and the grandson are just going to you know, slap some model together, have some fun. I think he's 7 or 8. So hopefully this model kit will be good enough that it'll either give him some interest or show that this is not his thing. So either way, giving it out to the kids around there. And, you know, I can't charge, I can't sell a model to a fella, especially if it's a friend and it's for a kid, right? You know, just give it. Hopefully it instows some passion into it. He may not, like for me, same thing, may not pick it up right away, maybe in a few years or into his 30s as kids. I remember when my granddad brought me a model kit and I built it. It was kind of fun. I'll start that hobby again, right? So hopefully that rocks and keeps things going. Also, old Ethan up the road has the tankless Mastercraft compressor here for airbrushing. And he's still got the plastic on it. Jeez Louise. Anyway, it's been sitting outside the model shop in the way. I've been kicking it over and running into it now for like at least 3 months. It's been sitting out there. So I said, you know what, I'm going to pick that up. I'm going to put it on the shelf. I have a shelf up there for Ethan and for my kids for their stuff. I'm going to put it there. I'm like, you know what, no I'm not. So guys, we did a airbrush compressor review on the tank version, the 5-gallon tank. You know what, I figured, you know what, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do the comparison with this one here, and we're going to see how it pans out. So look forward to that. So that gets us going into last weekend. Last weekend we were, the wife was doing some schoolwork, and I was kind of wanting to do some modeling stuff, but you know, she was kind of down blue about having working all the time doing schoolwork. So I sat up at the kitchen table. She was in the living room doing her schoolwork. I sat at the kitchen table, started putting together some of these figures, and we're going to get those to in a minute. Anyway, the boy wanted to sit down, and so we were like, cool, got to step back a minute. Earlier in the weekend, I guess this was probably like Friday night, I think it was maybe, I took the kids for a drive. We had to go get some stuff. I guess taking stuff back to Kenny, I guess it was. Slid down into the Greenwood, CFB Greenwood, just in front of the base there. They've got a museum of static aircraft, and they have the C-130 Hercules, I think it is. Anyway, have the kit in the Italeri version. Italeri? No, sorry. It was the MPC version. Kind of, I thought it was a crappy ass kit. So Andrew, we get there that Saturday night. So, can I build a model? I want to build this one. Yeah, okay, it's crap. This is what he came up with. He puts it together. He did all the work himself. I helped with some of the gluing because he just wanted to use crazy glue. He didn't want to mess around with styrene glue. I said fine. And you know, the kid put it together, you know, 99% himself. And it's turned out really, really well. I'm impressed. He's impressed. He's got some cleanup to do, some little bit more gluing, obviously you see in the wings, and straighten the wings up. and then he wants to get into painting and he wants to airbrush and stuff. So that's super cool. Really impressed how this turned out. So he's really coming along as a modeler, which is super exciting. But what we got into, and I know you won't be able to see it from back there, but we had some figures. So we're going to put some of these figures together, paint them, because I'm really interested in just getting some of these figures all together, sitting on the shelf, and some night when you want to do something or paint something, just get your mind off of a difficult build, I want to grab one of these and paint them off. So we had a bunch of film canisters the wife has for her Girl Guide group for projects. Two-sided tape, slammed all these figures together, used some Vallejo acrylic putty, did some sanding, did some test shots with the MIG Primer One Shot. It's supposed to be identical to Steinel Jizz. Damn close to it. I wish I would have had gray Steinel Jizz and gray One Shot and could do a real comparison. I found the Steinel Jizz, whatever it is, it's here somewhere. It's the black Steinel Jizz. I found when I sprayed it, you could see kind of little bubbles, little pooled bubbles that flattened out and leveled out. So this stuff I didn't think did that. Could have just been the difference between the colors. But anyways, we had a whole whack of these. We had some resin figures here. There's a resin figure there. I guess it's famous for the Corsair. Geez, I forget his not Boyd Connaughton. Something Connaughton Poppy. I had this little figure here that I wanted or got as a gift. He was resin. The little shower time guys resin. We had some zombie guys. I had some Dragon 1/35 scale American troop guys. And what was really cool, I didn't really have these, was these firemen, and they are in 1/24 scale. So really cool, really detailed, really nice. And what's really cool is my buddy, old Robert, he's in the fire department, and his son, his girlfriend and his son ended up moving away, or ex-girlfriend, I guess it was, and so he goes out and sees him, and his boy's, I guess, pretty proud that he's a firefighter. So what I was going to do was, this kit came with a little kid, and then this guy here, and this guy's putting the helmet on the little kid. So I was going to put this on, paint these really up nice. The hat's going to have my buddy Rob's number on it, and I'm going to have here, and it's going to be called Robert and Son. I'm not going to say Son's name, obviously, but kind of sing side by side doing this thing, and I'll probably give it to him as like a little gift. But really cool. This was fun to build on a weekend. Just slammed these together, primed it, got my airbrush back out again. Fun times. So that's kind of something else I'm working on. Guys, tonight's episode is brought to you by Cambridge Convenience. This is where I go to get my Pop Shop pop. I went in there and I seen Yum Yum. We call him Yum Yum because he used to drive the Yum Yum truck. Just a second, a little sippy here. Damn, that's good pop. And he was telling me he was watching Short Circuit, Johnny 5. And he thought he remembered hearing somewhere so you could actually get the scaled model kit, a plastic kit of Johnny 5. Now, years ago, during the, a year or so ago, during the Sunday Night Gossip era, I featured this Johnny 5 scratch build, I believe it was, from a feller. And so my buddy Yum Yum was asking, is there such thing as a model kit of Johnny 5? If so, where could you get one? Or if anybody had any information on it. He was kind of interested himself. Don't know if he wants it, thinking of commission, or just curious. So, guys, if you know anything about the Short Circuit model, let me know, and I'll pass it on to Yum Yum, my buddy, and we'll take it from there and see what he's up to. So, anyway, guys, that's enough of me rambling on about nothing at all, but that's what we've done in the Northview Model Shop. We're plugging away slowly. We've been cleaning. We've been adding stickers to our airbrush booth, kind of just trying to clean up projects while starting 2 or 3 more. So I'll finish 1 project and start 5. So just the way it is. Anyway, guys, having a blast here in the Northview Model Shop. Facebook page, guys, don't forget to get over there. Post your pictures, post your conversations. Let's talk models. Anyway, guys, that's enough for tonight. Thanks for tuning in, and look forward to some cool, fun videos here on YouTube. And guys, like we said, get over to the Instagram and get over to the Facebook page. Check out #Northview Model Shop. All right, guys, you have a great week. We'll talk to you again. Adios.